I played.
Are you one of those trash Patrick mains? Those trash Patrick players that need to get banned from Evo.
Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I opened this game up. I played the arcade, and I realized I'm an adult.
Smash.
I'm an adult. Yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong about this game.
Oh, let's go. W's in the chat.
Firm handshakes all around.
What's up, everyone? This is Press X Start Podcast, Season 5, Episode 39. Press X Start Podcast is a audio and video podcast seeking to transform the video game media landscape through an underserved and protected point of view. Restorative justice for the unrepresented programmers, developers, and consumers. I am your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka Daddy Longlegs, aka Did you know? A while ago, researchers found a exotic colored bird. This bird, it looked kind of like a phoenix. And people were like, oh my God, this is a new species of bird. Like, we've never seen this before. And they started doing research. And someone was like, that kind of looked like a seagull, guys. And they're like, what? What do you mean? And it turns out that it was a seagull covered in curry powder.
That's a spicy bird.
Accidents happen.
So wait, where did they find this bird? Was it like in
that's a
Asia?
good question. I don't know. I'd have to like dig in.
Or Jamaica.
Right. That's me.
I am Sean MF Ross.
What the MF stand for?
Jump Master.
Jump Master.
Yes, I went skydiving this morning.
Whoa! Oh shit! Really?
Yes.
Oh my
gosh. I am nauseous.
Oh no!
my ears are still popped. Actually.
Oh man!
Did not
awesome.
scream. Did not scream.
Could you?
It was yeah. I mean, it was just that initial what the fuck, like the first drop out of the plane, and then they pull a chute.
I was like, I ain't no bitch.
Yeah, it was a beautiful morning for it.
I'm gonna do that again. We were actually the last jump because it got too windy. So like after we landed, they had to have people come assist them because the parachute would have pulled them away. So they had to deflate it, or not deflate it, but deform it so it wouldn't pull them away.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I'm gonna do that again.
Okay, look at you.
I got a video.
I got proof. Who else is here?
It's your boy Jordan, aka JXBot, aka the Ridden. The final Ridden.
The final Ridden. Yeah. Okay. I'm guessing we're gonna get more information about that later on. Jordan nods. Last up.
I'm Avery.
Yes. Nailed it, as always. That is us. And I'm going to give you a little sneak peek of what we're going to be talking about on this cast. First up, we're going to be talking about the Suicide Squad and the Gotham Knights trailer from DC Fandom.
Gotham Knights.
It's DJ, it's Fandome. Don't forget the Dome. Dome. It's not Fandome. It's Fandome.
Oh, okay.
Dome.
It's close to Gundam, so gotta do it. Yes, we're gonna be talking about the trailers from DC Fandome. We're gonna be talking about the Animal Crossing major update coming out, and then we'll also be talking about EA Sports breaking up with FIFA over child support. With that being said, let us jump into what we have been playing. First up, Far Cry 6. Who's been playing Far Cry 6?
I believe myself, Jordan, and Sean.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Let's get this shit.
Okay, so I think we were talking about this before we started recording, in that I think this is the most Ubisoft Far Cry game they've ever made, and I think it's to its ultimate detriment. I think the
Exactly.
world and map is so massive, and there's so much shit to do that like there is a level of like paralysis of what do I do next? Does anything I do have any real impact? And then I think
does the game do a good job of leading you through the different territories?
No, not really.
Because it's kind of stumble into shit.
Okay, so you start off with a really small island, then you go to another small island, and then the game then says, "Hey, you can do whatever the fuck you want." And I'm like, okay. And then I think, yeah.
I looked at the map sizes. I think Far Cry 4 was around 9 square miles. Far Cry 5 was about 10 to 11. Total, including the water for this one, it says it's about 34 square miles, but just the land is about 12.
Here's the thing, right? I totally understand you want to flaunt the numbers, but to me, I have absolutely no comparison for how big that is. Other than 12 is greater than the first number you said. And it's just like,
DJ, like just play the first hour of that game, get your bearings on the first map, and then do the zoom out to see the actual map, and then you'll have the same reaction both me and Sean had when we saw it and said, "Hey, yo, fuck this! What the hell is this?"
What is all this?
And then I think my other big problem, because here's the thing, despite my complaints, I'm having fun playing the game. I think the moment to moment and just the inherent system of Far Cry and Ubisoft, and it's messing with a Ubisoft game is fun to play. Like, I have fun running up on people randomly, shooting them. I have fun watching a crocodile come out of the water and just maul a dude. And just have no impact in the world. Just watch this crocodile out of his own volition come out and maul a dude. That's always fun. Like, the world and systems, I think they've done a good job of.
I was about to snipe somebody, and then a fucking eagle came in out and picked at me. I'm like, what is this? What is this?
Yeah, I'm slowly just I'm starting to drag my feet a little bit. You know, I enjoyed Far Cry 4, I enjoyed Far Cry 5, but I kind of hit a wall in terms of my enjoyment of this franchise now. It's just I just don't feel motivated. You know, I'm going around braining people, lighting them on fire, slitting their throats. I was like, I'm not trying to say like add this existential question of, oh, what's the point? What is the meaning and shit like that. No, Far Cry is supposed to be a playground, a sandbox of doing whatever you want to do and how you want to do it, which is why I was attracted in the first place. But this, I don't know, man. I'm like us. I audibly said, "What's the point?" As a tank blew me up. I'm like, what is the point right now? Like, why are we
might
here?
have wondered how I got here.
It's like that meme from Metal Gear Solid. Why are we here? Just to suffer.
right.
That started playing in the background.
Oh no! So my question is, how far are each of you in this game, or how many hours have you put in? I should say
4 hours now.
Okay.
I'm the farthest.
I think I'm about 10 to 15 hours in, and I'm still making my way slowly around the first section of the main map. I think
Who did you choose, Avery?
I chose the one they recommended, which was the
Monteros.
Yes.
So you want a little Nas X route? Got you.
Yeah. And I think another issue I'm generally having is I like this story and I like this main character more than I've liked the last two Far Cry main characters. And so I kind of want to experience the story, but there's so much.
He speaks more, doesn't he?
She's another issue. They speak more. They have an actual character. They have an actual point of view. Like, they have a stake in what's going on in this island and shit like that, which I like, and it makes them a better character than the last, especially the last one where you're just like, I'm the deputy. I'm just here.
Yeah, the NPCs have a substantive reaction to their existence. You know, especially like that Carlos guy is like, you're just a fucking foreign. I'm like, the island is not big enough for me to be a foreigner or a tourist.
That was a weird ass moment. That was a weird ass moment. He was like, you're just a fucking tourist. Motherfucker, like, I live here.
Yeah. I don't know if I live in a shoebox. Don't give a shit.
But yeah, it's like I want to see more of this story. I want to see where it goes, because I don't think there's going to be anything deep being told with this Far Cry story, but I think it's going to be a really fun ride with really fun characters. I really want to see what's going on with Diego, but I gotta go through so much bullshit to get to there.
I feel like you're gonna have to fight Diego at the end.
Yeah, it seems like it. It seemed like, but based on early fucking conversations with like Clara and everyone else about the main villain and his entire stick, they're like, we're gonna burn everything to the ground. And I'm sitting there like, are we talking about Diego as well? And they seem to be like totally in on we're gonna murder this small child. So I think at a certain point, a shoe's gonna drop here.
Wow.
Don't spoil it. Well, I mean,
can't you just stick one of your animals on him so you don't have to do all the dirty work?
I mean, I doubt that they're gonna finish him off, but
animal homicide.
I mean, people are already pissed off about the cockfighting. I don't think I want to send that small animal against small children.
There's sword fighting in this. Now I'm on the second family or group to recruit, and I have moved on from the tank play for now. I'm just airdropping on people.
Oh, wow.
I'm airdropping on people and using my incendiary shotgun and my rifle.
Oh my gosh. So is that the structure of the game where you recruit people enough until you get enough people to attack the
main Giancarlo or Mr. Castillo?
Let's finish up each section's story, and everyone's like, "Let's kill that guy."
Okay.
Apparently, you can go do it early. I guess it's just going to be insanely hard, more likely. I may try it.
Like Zelda.
Yeah. They have these spots of. I don't remember. Did they have like no-fly zones in all of them before?
No,
in 4 and 5.
I don't think so. Because I don't think. No, 5 definitely not. 4, I don't think so.
So this one has no-fly zones, DJ, where you will get shot out of the air with an anti-air cannon. However, you can travel to them to blow them up, so you can fly through the airspace freely.
Okay.
So normally, I'll just go blow that up, and then apparently, like you can open up in one of the bases, different little satellite bases, and you can airdrop from there. So I'm not fucking driving. I haven't even jumped in the car that they've given you.
Yeah, that was one of the weird things I found. A brand new system that opened up weirdly midway into like my first couple hours of the game was like, oh yeah, so every once in a while we're gonna get to these like guerrilla camps, and you can each one has like 2 or 3 like open slots, and you can build and upgrade new attachments to these slots, and they unlock new abilities and things you can do in the game. Because like I thought, to get the wingsuit, I'd have to like complete a challenge, like, oh man, I do some extreme sports shit. Instead, it's like, nah, just go to this guy, upgrade, and he just gave me the wingsuit. And at that point, I realized, oh, I can airdrop to bases. And because of another perk where he just located different like safe houses in the middle, in random parts of the map, I suddenly didn't need to do any doing the actual traveling. I could just a hot drop from.
Okay.
But it's funny because apparently, a lot of players are expressing frustration with the car delivery guy. He takes too long to deliver the car, and then he stands in your way as if it's his car. So they've just taken to shooting him as soon as he pulls up to jump in the car.
Him?
Yeah. I mean,
so it's like
he survives.
A person like brings the car to you.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know if it's the same person that brings the car to you every time because I haven't jumped in a car. I've only gotten in the tank, the plane, and the helicopter.
Oh my gosh. Okay,
I have no desire to do any land traversal. Go ahead.
Have y'all done any co-op?
Not yet.
Nah. I haven't.
Okay. Do y'all plan on doing?
I guess me and Avery will do it when he wants his platinum.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. We'll see.
So Jordan, are you like completely done with this game, or are you gonna? You think
I'm not completely done with? I'm not. Okay. I spent fucking $70 on this goddamn thing. I mean, like,
no Game Pass. Oh man,
gotta finish it, I guess. No, I mean, like, I'm not trying to say that I'm done with the game. I'm going to finish it, but I'm just like a toddler at a fucking McDonald's playhouse, like dragging me away from it. I don't give a fuck, just trying to get it over, to be honest, right now.
Right.
I put a lot of money and time in that series, and now I'm like, here we go.
Do you feel like you want to finish it just because you spent the money and it's not on Game Pass?
No, I mean, I have genuine. I still have genuine interest in the application. I still have genuine interest in Grand Moff Gideon and seeing the resolution of the story. Like I'm enjoying parts of it, but I'm just it's tiring Is the best way I can put it. Just like my ADHD kicks in. I see a little box over there. I gotta go in, and it's.
One thing I
fun.
do like is the music, and that's because I listen to a lot of it already. So I recognize a lot of the songs on the radio.
Oh, okay.
Oh, sometimes Danny will sing along to some of them, which I found, is a nice little Easter egg.
I haven't had that yet, but
yeah, she was singing to it, and I hopped out and killed a person while she was singing. She was like,
Stab. All right.
Man. Yeah, okay. Well, that's that's y'all fun experience with Far Cry 6. But before we get to the next game, which will be Back for Blood, if you're watching us and you're enjoying this video so far, please like the video and hit the subscribe button. Especially hit that notification bell. That way you can stay up to date to our future videos. Your support will keep us going. So please do it. All right. Let's talk about Back for Blood. You guys get to go again. Who's been playing Back for Blood?
Myself and Jordan.
Okay.
Yeah. Avery and I were able to play cross-play earlier this week. There were some netcode issues, but we were able to have as much fun as we could. Him and I were commenting on the various mechanics in the game, like weapon attachments, like trying to understand that flow. How do cards work? I will say, as a overarching statement, that Back for Blood is in fact more challenging than Left 4 Dead.
100%.
Even on like the easier difficulties. I ran with a full squad, and we got rocked by the AI very quickly. There are some enemies that will grieve you way harder than the enemies that were back in Left 4 Dead. But another interesting part of Back for Blood, which I do appreciate, is the uniqueness of each sequence. Like there was a moment where we were, not to spoil anything, but we're just going through a mine shaft essentially, and all these fucking zombies are coming out the mine shafts. The first time we went through it, we didn't know what the fuck to do. Like we weren't paying attention. The zombie just kept on coming until we just died. Like we had no clue. It wasn't until the second playthrough that we noticed we had to blow up the mine shafts to stop them from coming in.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
They're what Turtle Rock, whatever, the Turtle people.
Rock videos, yeah.
What they've done is give it more layer than Left 4 Dead. It could have just been a straight up Left 4 Dead clone, and we'll get to like the Left 4 Dead clone thing in the quick hits. And I know a reason why they're calling it that. It's pretty funny, but they were able to advance the formula and give it more of a personality in terms of gameplay than Left 4 Dead, which is just essentially a traversing horde mode. This is like there's more here, and it does make sense to be tactful with how you set up your card selection. I mostly go stamina. Like stamina. Like I'm trying to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
I'm running all the time.
Because like the first time me and Jordan played, I played Walker, and one of Walker's like perks is that he just does damage. So like I picked up an LMG, and I'm like, I'm gonna run this LMG, and essentially that meant that I could put out like 500 damage in the fight, but then I spent a full 30 seconds trying to fucking reload this thing, and then because I'm rocking an LMG, I was slow as fuck. And so the sequence we had at the end of the game, I died because I ran out of stamina and just had to crawl my way to the exit. Meanwhile, Jordan's halfway across the goddamn map.
No. It was worse. I was near the Humvees or the LMGs on there. I was like, Avery! Hey man! I just knew you, my guy. I mean, I would, but I mean, we might lose. Because we didn't have a third person, so the bot would have followed me too. Yeah. And it was a sequence where like the place where Avery was going to explode, and you've exploded. But actually, Avery, I got fucked up real bad at that same sequence. Not the ending portion. One of those spitter things hit me right at like this portion of the bridge that didn't have any railing, knocked me the fuck off, instantly dead. Yikes. Instantly fucking dead. So that was a Left 4 Dead thing that would happen. You can like knock people off the environment, but that can happen here in Back 4 Blood. They don't give a shit. That killed me. My friends are like, "Whoa, like, you're dead. Your body can't be recovered."
Right?
Damn, son.
Yeah, so I was actually watching some gameplay of it, and it looked really interesting. It looked really fun. So I'm still kind of going back and forth, like, man, should I just pick it up? I could just pick it up, but it's just
It's way more tactical. It
yeah.
goes beyond the attachments because to Avery's LMG problem, like going to the shooting range and seeing how the fast mag will affect the LMG. It probably
Okay.
takes off maybe a second or two, but it's still
Mhm.
very slow. Like being tactful of your attachments, like that's becoming more and more clear. Having a stock that's going to switch you between guns quickly because you can notice subtle improvements or things that would make you more effective if you just had that perk or if you just had
Like,
that attachment.
The attachment stuff really reminds me of like Apex.
Mm-hmm.
Where like
Okay.
all the attachments in Apex have certain perks and like certain variable things that they manipulate. And like so if I got a better stock, X control like it's not like a micromanage like a Call of Duty where like it's like minute things of the all the stats because there's so many. It's like here's like these type of guns can equip these 4 things and these 4 things improve this one stat. Mentally, like the guns have rarities as well. Like my Back for Blood, I'm kind of excited to run with a full squad on comms talking about it.
Yeah.
Because like because there's a level of complexity of this game that I think is where it gets depth. Like the original Left 4 Dead was like, here are 4 maps, each map is divided into 4 areas. Here it's like, here are 3 acts. Each act has like 6 or 7 sequences. Are all unique, all interesting, all cool. Like I was watching people play like later arms on the map, and I'm like, this is shit Left 4 Dead was never doing. Like it was like a graveyard of like
was
containers of just on top of each other building the level. And it was like, this is really cool,
bro.
And then there were boss fights. Like this game takes like tanks and witches used to be random like encounters that show up and you have to fight. In this game, they're like they reserve those giant encounters for bosses, and they are
there is one boss, not the ogre. There's this one boss that is legit terrifying. Like it's just as big as the ogre, but it will just eat you. That's it. It eats you and takes you away. Like dude, I had to turn my TV down. I almost quit. I was like, nah, nigga.
Y'all got this. Let me go back to play Far Cry 6 real quick.
Yeah, look at the fuck out of here. Like I mean, like it's called The Witch or some shit. Like it was in this level with like a lot of fog, a lot of dense fog. Seeing that fucker come out screaming, coming looking for me out of all of them.
You know,
I was like, nah, nigga.
Right.
And my friend warned me too. He's like, yo, there's this thing I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna find out for yourself. That shit was terrifying.
I'm very interested in for my final thoughts. I'm very interested in what's going to be the long game for this. Is Turtle Rock going to do what they did with Left 4 Dead, where they're like, all right, we're not going to touch this game. We're going to make a sequel, and then we're just going to fold all the things we put into this into the original game into the sequel, and then we're just going to not do anything? Or are they going to add new characters, add new guns, add new sequences, add new enemies? Is this going to be a games as a service kind of a thing where there's going to be long-term support? Because like this game is technically for free on Xbox Game Pass. If you have that, you can play it on Game Pass and you play it for free. Which I'm like, that's like a big, like that's a relatively big. It's a multiplayer game, so we'll see whether the general effects. But I want to see how the monetary like growth of this game going to be and how they're going to support it.
Yeah, like are they going to add more? I mean, I'd imagine they might add more acts and characters,
and more cards. More cards. A big issue I had early on is that the game starts you off with 4 characters: Walker, Mom, Angelo, and
Roxy or something like that, or Holly.
Holly, yes, the white girl. And then but the game shows you 4 other additional characters, and they don't tell you how to unlock them. And so essentially, you just have to beat the first act, and then you get access to those characters.
Yeah,
and I'm
like, run them back in.
I'm like,
you get access to all 4 of them characters at the same time, or is it just like
all 4 of them?
Yeah, just
okay.
The game starts you off with a cutscene that shows you like I think this game does also a better narrative job than Left 4 Dead did. In that Left 4 Dead, like there was a story being told in the background as you move through that most people wouldn't even notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like very, very Far Cry light. You have to check your environment to get the story.
But this game starts you off with a cutscene that establishes who your characters are. They're the cleaners. It's their job to. Because they're immune. It's their job to fight the zombie, the worm virus, and protect the people. Yeah, protect the people. And you're essentially going on missions for your community, a hope, which you get to run around in the game's hub world.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm gonna if my internet doesn't fuck me and I can and more of you bite the bullet and buy Back for Blood, I'm excited to play it with you guys and play more of it.
I think I might bite the bullet and do that because Riders Republic comes out the 28th, so I got some time.
Why are you getting that trash? Save your money.
Hey, because I like the game. Anyways, with that being said, let's jump to the next game, which is me, and it is Genshin Impact. I'm having a good time with this game as always. You know what it is. Just playing with these anime people.
No, they're your waifus. Call them what they are. If they showed up in real life, you'd abandon your baby and wife for them. Just saying.
I'd have to have more of a conversation with them because as it is right now, it's like, oh, that one does the air attacks, that one does the fire attacks, that one does the electricity. But anyways, I'm more so talking about. So as I mentioned, either last podcast or the podcast before, they were doing an anniversary event, and it was pretty cool. They were having a bunch of stuff, and they just released a new part of the anniversary, and everyone was pretty much just like, what are you doing? So this latest part of the anniversary they released is basically a Twitter campaign. So they want 1,000 fans to follow Genshin Impact, and if they reach that goal, the Genshin Impact account will be renamed to Paimon, which is your supporting character of the game. And it's kind of like, all right, where are you going with this? They said there's more. There's more. When they hit 1 million fans to follow Genshin Impact, the Genshin Impact account will follow Elon Musk. And everyone's like, wait.
Why?
Yeah, like why? And they were like, wait a minute. When we hit 3 million fans following Genshin Impact, we will invite Elon Musk to stream Genshin Impact. And everyone's just like, what the fuck are you doing?
Okay, they clearly have a marketing. They clearly have a marketing thing already done in behind the scenes, and this is just them teasing it.
Yo, and then they said when they hit 5 million follows, CEO Daiwi, it will invite Elon Musk to visit Miho HQ. Mihoyo HQ, yeah. And it's just like, we don't care. We don't care about any of this. Everyone was just like, this is stupid.
Why
like
Elon?
There was no reasoning behind this. There was no like inkling to, oh, we're gonna do something like and get like Elon Musk. Like literally everyone was like, this is stupid. Like, we just want rewards in game. We don't need this bullshit. And essentially, the audience was so vocal that Mihoyo was just like, all right, we're gonna cancel it. They not only canceled the event, they deleted the tweet. And after they deleted the tweet, Elon actually responded through Twitter. He was like, I can't wait to be in Genshin Impact with the laughing emoji. And it's just like, it's so weird for how popular this game is and the weird decisions they make at times. And like, it's one of those things where like, if I was playing this game like how I play Gundam or like how I play Destiny, actually how I play Gundam. If I was playing this game like how I play Gundam, I wouldn't even know about this. But like, I am becoming more invested in like what's going on meta wise, like the actual studio and like what they're doing for their events and so on and so forth. And this is an event that wasn't but like this event wasn't even promoted in game. So it was one of those things where it's like, if you're
how
following
would you even know to go like the fucking account? Yeah, I get you. That's
exactly like, you'd have to be on Twitter to see it. So it's just like, what was the point of this? Like, why? Anyways, other than that, Genshin is going well. You know, whoever's playing
If they
Genshin right
wanted that,
now,
they should have raffled off a fucking Tesla.
bruh,
That'll
there is
get you the
so
followers.
if they could have been like, okay, if you follow this account, you will get a guaranteed 4-star or 5-star character, and like everyone would follow. I would follow the fucking account. Like
I know, but
every
what does it have to do with Elon? I'm saying they should have given away a Tesla or something. Proof that you actually
oh,
played.
Well, it's one of those things where like
Yeah.
this is obviously a marketing stunt, but it's like Elon Musk has a lot of weird nerd hobbies and shit like this. Has he been like talking about Genshin for the last 3 months as like his new obsession?
if he has, I don't know about it. I don't know. No one that I follow that play Genshin that's been talking about this has mentioned anything like that. So it's just like it's just
Wait,
you
you
weird.
know other people that play Genshin?
Oh yes, sir. The YouTube account has 3 million followers.
They are
sir.
legion. There's a private Discord. It's 6 of them.
I got a tattoo.
DJ got a Genshin tramp stamp.
So yeah, so that's Genshin. My last thing is Nickelodeon All-Stars. So I played.
Are you one of those trash Patrick memes? Those trash Patrick players. They need to get banned from Evo.
Well, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. I opened this game up. I played the arcade, and I realized I'm an adult.
Smash.
I'm an adult. Yeah, I was wrong. I was wrong about this game.
Oh, let's go. W's in the chat.
Firm handshakes all around.
Oh man, yeah.
The fluidity of the game is not there.
It's not. It's really not.
The game was just a meme, to be honest.
These motherfuckers sitting there going, "Oh man, you can wave dash," and I'm like, "Have you seen the rest of this game?"
I think what really killed it is the lack of fluidity and the lack of voices.
Yeah. It's a oddly quiet game because there is no like vocal tracks, and it's just
grunts. I think.
Yeah, and then even the gameplay itself.
It's not like a cell phone game.
Even the gameplay itself is weird because the combo. I guess it's just because it's so unfamiliar. Like it's one of those things where on the face of it, it looks very much like Smash Brothers, but like PlayStation All-Stars, it doesn't control like Smash Brothers, and it's just like you kind of did the same thing that PlayStation did.
We've been playing Smash Brothers for over 20 years at this point, I want to say.
Yeah.
Almost 25 years. That shit is so ingrained in you, it's hard to play something else similar. I think that's why PlayStation All-Stars didn't do well as well.
Exactly. That's exactly why it didn't do well.
Specifically why it didn't do well, because it did the whole bullshit where like you can only kill people with super moves. So it's like, okay, I'm just gonna fucking do nothing for 3 minutes at a time, then I can kill you.
Right. Like I feel like if I forget who made Nintendo or Nickelodeon All-Star Brawls or whatever, but if they had stuck with these features are going to be different, but they just kept the controls like Smash Brothers, this game would be so good. But because you can air grab, which there's people on both sides about if that is fine or not fine, but like you can grab projectiles, like you can do a lot of stuff that you can't do in Smash, and it makes the combat more dynamic. But you can't block and roll like you can in Smash Brothers, and just not having that kind of movement is so weird because you end up getting like stuck blocking at the edge of a stage, and you just can't really do much unless you like hit the person or grab them. But it's not.
It's super
great. Yeah. So that has been what we've been playing.
That was like big old bucket of wasted time. Sorry to hear, and you hate to see it.
Yeah, it was.
Wasted your money too. God damn.
Yep. It was only $40 though, so I don't. Was it $40? I think it was. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know how
40.
much it was.
That's reasonable.
Okay, cool. Yeah. And now it is time for the quick hits. Number 1, we're gonna talk about some trailers from DC Fandome. I nailed it. The first trailer we're gonna talk about, the article actually comes from Polygon, and it's the Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So we all watched it. What were you guys' thoughts on this?
Day one,
in the mid 2000s, DC was like, all right, guys, bear with me. King Shark. Mic drop. The whole fucking conference room goes crazy. Like, oh my god!
To be fair,
King Shark!
To be fair,
Can't fight it!
The success of King Shark has nothing to fucking do with DC. Especially because, like, okay, so
he's a street shark, right?
Kind of.
Street Shark.
He's like he's a Superboy. He's a Superboy villain. Like, he showed up in old Superboy comics fighting Superboy, and then Gail Simone in her Secret Six comic decided to make King Shark a character, and she made his entire bit him running around screaming, "I'm a shark, I'm a shark, I'm a shark." And then when they relaunched Suicide Squad and they made it the Harley Quinn show, they brought King Shark in that as a character, and he didn't they didn't do any work with him at all. He was just a character in the book because he has a dynamic look. And then I want to say somewhere around before the Harley. No, somewhere around, because the King Shark thing is only like a couple of years long. That's the thing, it's only been a couple of years. Like, I want to say sometime before fucking the Harley Quinn animated show happened. That's when someone at DC said, "You know what's really cool about Marvel? Groot. I wonder if we can create a Groot-like character." And that's where we get King Shark.
Okay.
But King Shark is voiced by like Ron Funches. He's great.
No.
In the movie, he's voiced by Sylvester Stallone, which is James Gunn.
No, I'm talking about the animated, the Poison, Harley Quinn shows. Ryan Funches.
Yeah,
he's great. He's like, oh my god, is that Beyonce? That was
great. Oh my gosh! But yeah, the actual trailer itself was very interesting. I think, Sean, you said you're gonna cop it day one.
Mm-hmm. I like that they presented it like a movie.
Yeah, I think it was cool. I want gameplay.
I
want to know what I'm gonna be doing.
Yeah,
I mean, Rocksteady is making it, aren't they? I trust them.
To that earlier point, this is me like this just from the cast and the idea of this being a multiplayer-esque game. This is Rocksteady doing something relatively new. It's not going to be like we're just copying the Arkham formula and putting it to this game. So there's going to be something new and interesting. I think I need to see more from that, especially when like you've immediately made me uninterested in this game with your cast and your premise. I need a bit more to get into this.
So wait, we're saying both Suicide Squad and Gotham Knights can be multiplayer?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's how they make that money, I guess. It's just cosmetics got to sell, dude. I don't fucking know. It's all over the place.
Do we know if this is first or third person?
It's going to be third person. It's going to be third person. Okay. I assume it's going to be third.
Okay. Yeah.
Can't really see them doing first person right now. Except those random sequences in Arkham Knight. You had first person Joker with a gun.
Okay. But yeah, we're excited over this, right? Except for the multiplayer aspect from Avery, right? What are you saying?
We'll see.
I'm on a wait and see. This is one of those games where like I bet it's going to be like a 9 out of 10 just on the pedigree of the studio. But if like, do I have time to play this game or do I want to play this game? I got other games to play. It's coming out in 2023. There'll probably be some bangers out there. Xbox probably be dropping bombs. I'll pass.
All right. The next trailer is the Gotham Knights trailer. What was you guys? And they showed a lot of Court of Owls. These are all just keywords to me because I have no idea what Court of Owls is. Than
okay. Minor tangent. I want to say in the big DC relaunch of 10 years ago, they put Scott Snyder on Batman. He decided I want to make Batman a horror book, and his big horror design idea was, what if there was a criminal organization that's been running Gotham since the very beginning and just letting Batman handle shit. And the idea being that in nature, the bat's natural predator is the owl, and one of Batman's like biggest villains at in the past was like Owlman. So they rolled all that. They rolled all that into one mythos of the Court of Owls, whose game plan was especially making Batman insane. And DC's been leeching off of that premise for the last 10 years now.
That's actually a pretty cool premise. So like, Are they okay? So in the trailer, I guess the owl henchmen, they look like they're super strong. Like
talents. Specifically, they are like, I don't remember from the comics because they were because they were like, they're like zombie ass like the Coward of Owls like abducts people of like promise and then like puts them in, turns them into talents and then puts them in suspended animation and then they just unleash them when they need to.
So like the Winter Soldier.
Sort of.
Say yeah.
So like you'd be fighting a talent who is like a World War II veteran or some shit.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, so Gotham Knights is we actually seen gameplay of this. This is the 4-person co-op
RPG
Batman sidekick game because it's all the sidekicks of Batman. Yeah, and it's an RPG as well. Yeah. There was more gameplay footage of this. When they first showed this, I was like, oh, this actually looks cool. Like this is something that I would probably get into. So, did we get a release date for this?
2022 as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, just on the fact that there's more gameplay to this than Suicide Squad, I'm a bit more excited for this, just because I know exactly what I'll be playing. But yeah, thanks for the explanation of Court of Owls, because I was just like, these people have weird masks and they're super strong.
Are they going to a ball?
Anyway, beyond that, the last game the studio made was Batman Origins, which I wasn't necessarily a fan of. I thought it was a good game, but it wasn't great, and it was kind of a downgrade from the other Batman games. That being said, they're making a Batman game where I can play Tim Drake Robin and just have fun. So, like, in a world where I'm never going to get any Tim Drake media because Dick Grayson is way too popular as Robin, like, I'm happy that this is a game where he exists as a playable character.
Actually, speaking of that, the characters they showed was Red Hood, Tim Drake,
Nightwing,
yeah, Batgirl, and then the normal Robin,
which we all thought was Damian because he's fucking wearing Damian's costume, but then they had to come out and say, no, this is Tim Drake.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, that has been there's been other stuff from Fandome, but it's just a lot of movie stuff, and it's cool. Well, we gotta focus. We gotta focus, and we're gonna focus on number 2 from WCCF Tech. Ghost Recon Frontline testing delayed indefinitely. Oh no, following harshly negative fan reaction. So there are any number of possible reasons why Ghost Recon Frontline testing may have been delayed, but the most likely is that fans just aren't excited for this game and aren't signing up to be part of the testing.
Insert Nelson laugh.
Ubisoft, Tom Clancy is just... I mean, I don't think Tom Clancy gave a fuck about any of these games when he was alive. It's kind of like whatever. No one gives a shit. Ubisoft needs to make Splinter Cell, but it's hard because Splinter Cell is a single player type game. But they can find something there. Reboot Splinter Cell,
Yeah.
It's just sad. They murdered my boy. They murdered Sam Fisher. They killed my boy.
I think the issue that Ubisoft is finding is that their current model of game works really well and makes them money, and while we'll complain, they will sell. So it's whatever, and they can't figure out a way to just make a stealth game, like a pure stealth game in that model. And I'm just saying, Metal Gear Solid 5 figured that shit out. You can do it.
Well, IO figured it out. IO did it with Hitman, and Hitman games are wildly successful. Like, there is a pathway there.
They're successful now. But it took them a while of making a couple of solid Hitman games for them to be like, oh, people are really talking about how these games are selling well. Because like Square Enix would have never dropped IO as a developer if the original Hitman 1 that came out was selling like gangbusters.
Yeah. It did take them a little bit to get up and running. But yeah, it's this is, and okay, so just for everyone's understanding, Ghost Recon Frontlines is their battle royale first-person shooter, and you might thinking Ghost Recon first-person shooter battle royale. Yeah, it looks exactly like Battlefield, it looks exactly like Call of Duty, and it's generic. It's generic, and no one cares, and that's why this is being delayed indefinitely until they figure out what they want to do with this. Number 3, this comes from Screen Rant. Back 4 Blood claps back after being called cheap Left 4 Dead copy by KFC. Yeah, you heard it. KFC.
I'm not on the docket.
KFC Gaming, the global fast food company's gaming branch. Yes, they have a gaming branch. Why? They called out the studio's newest title, Black for Blood, for being a cheap copy on social media. Turtle Rock's response was 11 herbs and spices and still no taste.
All right,
I
so
would call
let me
them a
add some
cheap copy
context
of
to
Popeyes,
this.
but KFC came out first.
That's all the replies. Just bring up images of Popeyes.
Let me add
Jordan.
some context to this. There is a faction inside of Back for Blood called the KSC. And sometimes if you're not paying attention, it would sound like KFC. So this is kind of like a little tongue-in-cheek type thing. Like KFC is not just randomly coming out fighting video game companies because they're about that smoke. It was just because like there was a faction in Back for Blood called the KSC, which I had to like. Good thing I had the subtitles on because I totally would have heard KFC, but KSC, the chicken company KFC caught on, and they just wanted to fuck around a little bit. But this isn't a real, for no pun intended. Even though we're talking about chicken.
In that case, KFC game was like, whoa. This was just a joke. Don't be talking about our food now.
Well, it's like it is a dumbass story. The KFC console is just I don't even know it's a real console.
Man.
I bet it has a good family plan.
Let's just say the KFC video game console would fry my PC.
I see what he did there. That was a joke.
That was a bad joke. He must have somebody pregnant.
I have no wife and no children, so I'm just lame, I guess. It's whatever.
He's practicing. All right. Yeah, number 4. Animal Crossing New Horizons expands into new water with a free update and paid expansion on November 5th. So I'm not going to go through the detail of this because it was a 20-minute long video, and there's a lot of stuff they're pushing onto this, and it's like, you know what? That's cool. A lot of the stuff should have came from square one, but whatever. It takes time.
Well, for the most part, they've been okay with releasing seasonal things to pad out the game's calendar. And the fact is, like 2.1, and it's like all this stuff. I think it's fine. I think a lot of the contention from the Animal Crossing fans is that after they completed their first year of release, they had been quiet about what they're doing, and this is their answer of what we're doing.
I think what I'm getting at is more so not necessarily like the extra frills that they've added. It's more so the activities that you can do on your island. So, for example, one of the things in here is like you can do a morning stretch or like some kind of like yoga activity with your group, and it's like that kind of there should have been a slew of things you can do with your neighbors in game, but like you can't, like you get them. And it's like
someone call it Stardew Valley 2.0.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of you
can do from farm to plate now. Apparently, you can eat the stuff you grow.
Yeah. So you can start growing crops and such. But yeah, like there's a lot of stuff in this, and it's if you're in Animal Crossing, you put it down. Right. Yeah, if you put down Animal Crossing and you are just need something to do this fall, definitely look at that free update. The paid expansion is also a really interesting expansion, and it's pushing into more design versus the social interaction that Animal Crossing is known for. So it's pretty cool. But check it out.
Social interactions, more like
you didn't talk about the price, did you?
No.
That's the second part.
Yeah. So there's a cousin to this article, and this number 5 comes from The Verge. Nintendo Switch Online's N64 and Sega expansion pack launches October 25th. Why is this important? It launches for $49.99. Why is this important? Because they've also included the paid expansion of Animal Crossing New Horizons into your Nintendo Switch Online account. And essentially, that has done a few things for a lot of people. One, say, what the fuck? 2, what is Nintendo Switch Online anymore? Like, what's going on? And 3, why is it so goddamn expensive?
So
it's $80 for a shared family. Yo, what the fuck?
I think if if we were to get into a time machine and go into like the 17th century, right? The high time of piracy in the Caribbean.
Mm-hmm.
Let's think about why they did that shit. Like, why did they just start taking things from people? Is it because of maybe prices weren't, acceptable based on the cost? Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they're just assholes. But I now see why there's an emulation market. I now see why there's a piracy market, because this shit's fucking bullshit.
Yep.
The Nickelodeon Diamond. I'm not trying to, say I'm promoting piracy here, but I understand why it exists.
I didn't have any interest in playing these games again, but I want to pirate them just because on principle.
Yeah, just because.
I mean,
Nickelodeon Diamond is bullshit.
We open up this can of worms. My thing with piracy is if you can't acquire the thing legally at a relatively reasonable price, 100% do it. Fuck it, whatever. If you can get this shit for $2.99 on a fucking Steam store and you still want to pirate it, you're an asshole. That being said,
but this is $50 a year. This is PlayStation Plus
or 80 for the family plan. Go ahead.
So here's my general issue with this. They are the base Nintendo Switch Online, which is access to their online. It's $10 for your family, and it gives you access to their NES and SNES libraries. Fucking fine. I've never had any real reason to use it because I don't play online games on my Switch. In fact, the Switch as a console doesn't really benefit from an online infrastructure if it's like a fucking handheld device, which means if you're going to be primarily using it online, you're on fucking Wi-Fi and shit, and that's not the best for like a handheld experience. And then I have no nostalgia for the NES or SNES, so those list of games have never really appealed to me. I sat down and played Super Metroid for like 5 seconds. I'm like, this is maybe one of the greatest games of all time. I don't give a shit about this. I think the coolest thing about those games is that you can their save systems are so advanced because the games are so old that you can fucking save it auto saved frames. So if I get hit in frame 5, I can go back to frame 3 and just not get hit, which is actually really cool. But whatever, it's a basic system. It's cheap. Sean got it for the group of us, and I once again thank him for it. He's being an entirely selfless human being. He's a real MVP. Whatever. Adding $50 for just N64 games is
and Sega Genesis.
Fuck the Sega Genesis. It failed for a reason.
The Genesis didn't fail. You're thinking of the Saturn.
Yes. Okay. Cool beans. Whatever. That is insane. If this was a $20 price increase, I would have been like, okay, I understand.
I wouldn't have been upset. Yeah.
But $50, and then here, if you look at the lineage of this service and the frequency of games that they add is non-existent.
Yep.
So it's not the complete N64 library. It's 10 games that they were able to get the license for, and then here's 5 or 6 Sega Genesis games, and then maybe we'll add a couple more later on. And I'm like I have nostalgia for the N64, but only for a very small library of those games like Banjo, Mario, and Mario Kart. And with Mario Kart, I can just play 8. I don't need to go back and play the old one. Why would I want to go back and play the old one? Banjo, I own Banjo on 4 different consoles, so I kind of don't even need this.
Jesus.
So it is just fucking dumb. And then so as far as I can tell, the DLC for Animal Crossing isn't locked behind this thing. If it was, that would be bullshit.
Yeah, you could buy it separately.
You can buy it separately, which is fine. And I think them adding the Animal Crossing deal. Well, here's the thing: if going forward, all DLC for Nintendo first-party games becomes part of their
included kind of
expansion, then I see why this has value. But and at jump with just Animal Crossing and N64 and Sega Genesis games, this is absurd. And the core,
if you don't play their shit though, then what?
Yeah,
I don't play Animal Crossing.
Yeah, and then at the fucking core, I don't think the increase.
By the way, the Animal Crossing DLC or the Animal Crossing paid expansion is $25.
Yeah, which I think is fine for what that game is. It's essentially a different game.
Right.
I'll add it on.
Yeah.
And then at its core, I have no confidence that they're going to improve the online experience with their system at all during this.
Yeah. I think it's very apparent that they were kind of just throwing stuff on the board and seeing what sticks for the fact that they just kind of included that into the online service without saying like, yeah, we're going to be doing more of this, down the line, or putting like, for example, Breath of the Wild, like that has paid expansions, like put that stuff on there too, so it's also free. So at least people have an idea of, oh, so they're actually going to be including like downloadable content to your online subscription. That's cool. Maybe I will buy into this. But
all right. So this is another week of Nintendo fucking us and the fans.
Like what sucks is they took a triumphant and really cool last bow for Animal Crossing. They also announced that this DLC and this expansion are like the final things that they're doing for the game, which is kind of insane because like they would be making so much money if they just kept doing this and made Animal Crossing as a game as a service, because that game was designed to be played at forever, whatever.
Yeah.
But they said, but it's the final song, swan song. They did a lot the community wants, and then in the fine print, they added this bullshit afterwards.
All right. We'll see how Nintendo responds to that. They probably won't. Number 6. This comes from Game Rank. New World players are getting robbed by their own guilds. The problem lies with companies. New World's equivalent to guilds, right? I'm saying that right. Okay. I don't know why guides pop in my head. A company is a player-owned and operated outfit which can control territories, tax the players there, and go to war with other companies over territories. Each company is under one New World's 3 factions. The company's money is put into their treasury, which only the company's leader, the governor, can access. So access it they are. They're taking all the money out of the company, pocketing it, and running. Like,
I like it.
Here's the thing, right? As shitty and crappy as this sounds, this is also like kind of cool that you can do this in game. Mind you, it's bad. It's bad.
It sounds like some EVE Online bullshit. Where like there's a guy dedicated to like just the economy of that game, so it doesn't collapse on itself.
Yeah, and it's just it's one of those things where it's like, that's interesting. I wonder if they, I mean, on the face of it, I would imagine they did this on purpose, so they gave a person the actual responsibility of collecting money and being able to be responsible with that money. But I wonder if they thought like, I wonder if someone's going to abuse this system, because of course someone's going to abuse every system in every game, because that's what people do. Yeah, like why is there no backups to this in any way, shape, or form? Like any record keeping, so at least
that's a good way to kill your game.
Yeah, this is just, it's crazy. It's crazy, and it's one of those things where when New World released, it did really well. A lot of people jumped on it. A lot of people liked the game. This is something that sucks for those people. I would imagine the developers will be able to compensate those people who lost their money. I would hope so. I would really hope so. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, none of y'all played New World, right?
No, I have no interest in it.
Yeah, okay. Me and MMOs are like a once in a lifetime situation. Like Final Fantasy was the only game that could get me into playing MMO, and I got to the end game, and I'm like, I'm done with this.
You played 14?
Yeah, I beat 14. And then I got to the end game, and I'm like, ooh, let me see if I can grind. Oh, what do I have to do to get this like end game armor for my Dragoon? Now fuck this shit. I'm gonna go play other games.
Hilarious.
How about you, Jordan? You interested in New World?
No.
Nailed it. All right. Number 7. This comes from Best World News. EA Sports is planning for a FIFA without FIFA, as Football Association upped asking price to $1 billion US. So
why ask for $1 billion when you could ask for $1 million?
Sean, I gotta tell you that $1 billion's more than $1 million.
Yeah.
Wait, are you too young for that reference?
Yeah, no, I'm not young. I'm not that young. Come on, it's Austin Powers. I thought you were gonna run off and do the whole thing.
All right, so FIFA is seeking more than double what they currently receive from EA Sports. according to people with knowledge of the talks, a figure that would increase its payout from the series to more than $1 billion US for each 4-year World Cup cycle. Cycle, yes, sorry, yes. So that's wild. The dispute is not just about money, though. The talks have also stalled because FIFA and EA cannot agree with the gamers' exclusive rights. Exclusive rights should be included.
Yeah, so because EA owns the NFL video game rights.
Yeah,
they robbed that shit and killed all 2K series. So
right. So
I'm fine with breaking up monopolies.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So yeah. Essentially, what that second part was that
soccer though.
Oh, there isn't. Oh, okay.
No, because there's Konami had the Pro Evolution series, and
how about for the FIFA teams,
I think for the
because I imagine those are the most popular clubs on the planet.
Yeah, I think that's fair, but I think in regards to if you were a football soccer fan, there were multiple high-level games going on at the same time, while featuring high-level named players in the faces. While for the American football, there was just Madden, and Madden just had the monopoly for that.
And ain't nobody trying to play the arena football game, the Baltimore Bullets.
So so essentially, this is kind of one of those times where it's a lot of people are actually on EA Sports side because it's just like this is
100%.
This is bullshit.
FIFA's already a bizarrely openly corrupt company.
FIFA's a mafia.
Yeah, and EA is 100% doing all the work and just shoveling you money that you don't have to do anything for, and then to be like, I now double it. I'm like, I personally think that as long as EA is able to maintain the rights of the individual players, and that type of stuff, whatever they call this game, it'll be fine.
Yeah, so that's actually what people are speculating, that FIFA just organizes the different clubs, the different teams, but they don't actually own the teams or the players. So EA could actually have individual deals with the different teams to figure out what they're gonna do in terms of rights and using the characters for the games. Yeah, but I totally agree with Avery. I definitely think this is one of those things where at this point, EA's FIFA soccer game is so big, they could literally do the exact same layout of the box cover, switch out FIFA for, I don't know, EA Sports Football, EA Sports Soccer, whatever they want to say.
Soccer dudes.
And people will look at that and just be like, oh yeah, that's EA Sports. I want that. I'll pick it up. I feel very confident that they can drop FIFA and be totally fine at this point. But I could be wrong though.
That shit's great.
Yeah.
I think they're going to lose a lot of impact on just the idea of we can't call our games FIFA, and that's what it's been for the last 20 years. But in an era where Pro Evo has now Pro Evo is now just fucking E11, EC or so, whatever, and there's no other big soccer games. Anyone on behalf of brands I want the EA soccer game.
Yeah. I mean, really and truly, if they wanted to be big brain about this, they could push an update to all of the FIFA games that are currently online and being hey, FIFA is going to be changed from FIFA to whatever EA game, and it's just put that as a splash screen. That would do it right there.
Shit, they could push an update and just change the splash screen to whatever they're gonna name it next.
Right now.
They're really smart. Be like, all right, anyone who sees this ad, here's a code. And it'll get you off on the brand new game. So now you won't miss it.
10% off.
Right. Hey, that's it right there. All right, that's pretty much it. We are not going to do a heavy hitter because we have pretty much made a lot of these medium hitters. You see what I did there? That's a fighting game reference, my guys. Fighting game. Again, Soul Calibur. Well, this has been an episode of Press X Star Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode as much as we enjoyed making it. Don't forget to rate us your favorite.
Don't forget to rate and review.
Yes, don't forget to rate and review us, like, share, and subscribe on your favorite YouTube channel. You can rate and review us on whatever audio podcast platform you're using, because that would be great for us, and that will those numbers and those ratings and those stars will help share this content with more people, and that's what we want to do. That's what we want to do. So once you did all that, we say thank you and make sure you check more of our content. And until next time you hear from us, you take care.
Peace.